We are Wednesday, the 13th of September. I will say the three dreams that I had in a row. There is a file, there's a little thing that I'm writing that I was doing jackpots with 7 and odds more. And so if we're the 13, the 11, I had this dream that I was playing slots. No, I looked at the slots in an app, betting app, sports, and they have sometimes casino. I just looked because sometimes it shows that, and I looked, and one was like 20,000. It was like advertising a jackpot, and I just looked for it a second. I don't play slots. So this dream, I was looking at a screen or something like that, a world like that, and there was a jackpot to the left, but I went to the right. Matter of fact, I went to visit my mom in Montreal from Vancouver, and I just came back in Vancouver before this dream. So I said sex with the mother, and I said it was not good in my head, and I had to go left, and the jackpot 20,000 was there, and the voice said, hurry, there's not much time left, or hurry, there's not much time. So this was Seattle playing San Diego. If I'm not wrong, San Diego won on the left. They came back several times, and I mean, you could have middle a lot of those, like 8 times. They came back even, then more, then more, then more. It was crazy. So I knew there was a jackpot in that game. And then the next day, didn't make a lot because I didn't have much money left, much more talent left. So then now the sinister, ironic side, you could say, will be maybe a world war coming, or I heard you not say, but it's possible, or be my life or whatever, which I don't think so. I mean, we'll see. I'll see. The next day, what happened? The next day, I slept with the cot open without a tent. I move it because in this forest they put some picket saying we're gonna spray, and they put you the date. So I'm like, I gotta move from there this week, which I did. But before I completely move here, this is gonna be the dream today that I will say after this one. I moved just a little bit in that same side of the river, a little bit close, but so I did it, and I put the tent under a tarp. I took the cot out of the tent, and I put it à la belle étoile, which in French means under the stars. So I covered myself there, and the dream was that while I was sleeping heavily on my right side, which I did, I put some heavy weight on the right. There's some sort of a cat came from the bottom right side, just behind me. It bit me, but it kind of wanted to push me in that direction, and I pushed back. And like a fight, if you have wrestled, you push that side, the guy pushed the other side to be on top of you. So this animal was trying to push me this side from my back, and then I pushed this. He went stronger, and then he dragged me a few steps going that way. I never saw that, but I knew in spirit it was a sort of a wildcat, a cat. It dragged me a few steps to the left, like a political party, I guess, and then what happened? And then there's a dog in front of me, starting to follow us and yapping at us, and I said, I had a dog. Now this one, I figured out was Cincinnati Reds with the Detroit Tigers. The Detroit Tigers went 3-0 or something like that from the get-go, or really early if I remember correctly. The Reds came back 3-3 if I remember correctly. Then it went 5-5, then it ended up 6-5 for the Reds. When these are two bottom ranking team, so when Detroit was ahead, it was not a big jackpot, like I like to call it, 7 odds and more for myself, or 13 odds and more, but it was 3-4 odds. And I guess I remember when I checked, I'm like, okay, maybe it's a continuation of those jackpot trying to help me, whatever. But I told myself maybe it's the best today. Now today, the dream was I changed the side of the river yesterday, which I have another tent here before. I had 2, so I came back without the tent, just the cot, stuff like that. Installed myself here, sleep well. Wait a minute. Just to finish this dream, I remember that when the cat dragged me and the dog yelled, I had the dog. I remember that I saw also the other side of the river from my right, like a cub, what do you call this, a bear sleeping and just kind of looking in our direction and sleeping happy. And I told myself when I woke up, well, the other side of the river, it's better, you sleep better, like my name Butoy, you sleep better. And or Russia on the right side, looking with eyes closed, to me. Or in the future, if China, the wildcat attacks, something like that. Now, okay. Now, wildcats, it can be Vietnam back in the days, because I know not a basketball, college team is Villanova Wildcats. Now there's fucking stupid kids over there making a lot of noise, man. Fucking jerks. No, whatever. Now, what happened is that today there was what do you call this again? Today, fucking little punks, man. Fucking tired. Stupid idiots. Let me try to finish the story. So today there was, that's why I don't like to say, oh, this dream. I'm just saying it like it's happening. So if somebody listening hears some stuff, they just say, oh, this guy is nuts. Why would I listen to him? I don't want people to listen to me outside, because this is kind of a secret until I made something bigger. It's always like this when you work ahead of your time. but little by little outside it's fine. It takes me time, and sometimes we shit, so to speak, little pages there and there. Now on the right side, this dream, I saw some horses, and a horse drink 3 bottles of water, and the horse started to go to the left, bang bang bang, and that horse, the guy that was riding, he started to wrap himself around like a sort of Arab. He wrapped himself, and I heard and he did like this, the right hand, which was his left hand. I told myself that after an hour was like, man, I should have took note, because it's so strange that I can't remember. And it was like a video that I saw recently about the testimony of Jesus Christ, Gabriel Bernot, a Romanian, near-death experience. And after his experience, his left hand kind of withered, because in the video you can see he's wearing a black glove. And in the dream, the guy did like this, the last horse to go, and I kind of felt like it was me riding that horse. And I heard somebody said, far more discipline. So I wake up to go work somewhere, even for 100 a day, which is ridiculous. A temporary agency, not my trade as a painter, and which at least double the price. But anyways, so I woke up around 5 something, and I was the other side of the river, so far more discipline. So it's, I'll leave that one for you to see today.